Hey everyone, Juliano here, and I'd like to run through some charts quickly. Let's look at some crypto price charts, price against Bitcoin and Bitcoin against USD. Generally, the sense is that there's a bit of a weakness against the BTC and for the altcoins, and then Bitcoin against USD is, well, it's kind of slowing down, that's for sure, on a daily time frame. We'll look at some different time frames. On a weekly time frame, yeah, also a little bit of a slowdown after a good reversal week last week and back towards the 200 week moving average. So yeah, this space here can definitely get taken to the upside coming forward, which is not unexpected. Question is, what's the price going to do over here and in this time frame over the next like week or two? And yeah. So if we look at the daily here, last time we were on the video here, with the price was around here, and or maybe around here. I don't remember exactly where it was, but basically you come down here to the lower end of this range, which was carved out by these candles here, and you find a reversal from the low end of the range, and over the course of the week or so, you make it to the top end of the range, and you really shoot with one candle from the lower end of the Bollinger Band towards the upper end of the Bollinger Band. Then you kind of lose momentum as you reach toward the upper end of this range. And now today, I guess, would be a big down, bearish, engulfing, dumping move. And we'll see more closely what that means, but on the 4 hourly, it looks like this trend is looking to get broken within one candle there. But we'll see what it ends up happening. I mean, there's some time yet to be had, but yeah, this is just one day, so it doesn't speak of the it doesn't speak of the entire movement. BTC can have huge candles either on a 4 hour chart or on a daily chart, one direction or the other, or both, whipsawing back and forth. And yeah, then people start looking for, moves like this, where it goes up and then down and then up higher and then back down where it came from and then up, but not as high. Does it go down again? And then from there, what happens? And so is this space going to get taken on the weekly? We'll see. But I think the price action is going to definitely look to fake people out. Once everybody starts getting bullish, slows down and then dumps right back down. So anyway, we'll see on this short-term level. I mean, this is just a daily and a 4 hourly. On the weekly, this level seems to be pretty good as a zone of support so far. But we're going to have to see like what happens in the next week or two. Does it hold for further moves towards this downtrend, this longer term downtrend here into here, breaking the 20 week moving average, or does it get immediately stuffed by the 20 week moving average, 200 week moving average again, and then fall to newer lows, lower end of the Bollinger Band, that sort of thing. So I think the good sense right now is you made a higher low, you're moving up. Now we just need to see what's the price action. If you start breaking down these zones again, then you're concerned. On a daily, that looks like, yeah, really like the last time. Just breaking down these zones is really where you're concerned. Because at this point, if you're getting rejected here, then you're breaking down this mid-level here, then yeah, you're coming back down here and possibly lower. But if you can hold this 20-day moving average mid-level area, kind of creep under this Ichimoku cloud and make your way up, then you can get there within the October timeframe. And here's your October month right here, possibly. Let's find out where the price action is in October. All right, cool. That's the BTC price chart. We're going to run through some others, but again, generally they look weaker against BTC. BTC looks like the stronger crypto, but still, you gotta work through this price action resistance before you can say anything. And even then, it's like expected that probably even if it does go up, it goes up and then comes back down to wherever, we don't know. But you got Ichimoku, you got 200-day moving average, daily chart. So who knows? That's like a possibility there, some form or another. Okay, so yeah, just keep watching. The other possibility is this becomes that rejection and you fall further down. Okay, BTC. And yeah, even on the 4-hourly, you can see the local trend breaking. Okay, let's work our way over towards the, let's go to ADA price chart. We're at around the 22 now, so that has returned back down after a strong week, a couple of weeks ago, right to the resistance levels and previous price action. And then it has turned right back down, right towards the 20-week moving average right here. And we'll see, it has to be support, that's for sure. Otherwise, you're coming down towards this retest this 200-week moving average zone and lower end of the Bollinger Band. Okay, cool. I mean, you're losing momentum to the upside, so we'll see what ends up happening here. Maybe this becomes an accumulatory range within this type of zone here. That would be lovely, you might say, on a long-term basis, based on this kind of price action, where you're making lows that are significantly higher than previous long-term lows. So anyway, we'll see what that plays out to be. But locally and near term, it looks weak. And I guess you could say so, as you've really dumped down below this most recent daily trend here, potential trend. And after just, trying to get above this price action and now trading back within its levels, even though you have Ichimoku cloud here and 200-day moving average, that's your only saving hope. Otherwise, you break this down and become lower. So yeah, I mean, on the weekly, it coincides with the daily, where the 200 days are on this 20-week, and you're just holding this kind of level. That's what you need to be maintaining a bullish stance with ADA. And even then, it might, and it could still just go back up and then come back down lower after that. So who knows what's going to happen? This is against the BTC price chart, but generally, it's weaker than it was a couple of weeks ago. That's for sure. Okay, and yeah, and as you see on the daily, breaking down towards that 200-day moving average, Ichimoku cloud support level, but yeah, this trend itself is not super big. It's just a small little trend that was made by this price action, so it's really insignificant. But what's more is that it breaks down this price action, and it, in a sense, it does break down that, or at least challenges that previous trend. So we're going to see what ends up happening here. I guess if you want to do it on the daily and look at trends, you're at least challenging it. So we'll see. Okay, there is still some hope in this type of a view for the ADA price chart, but it's slim for now, and we'll keep an eye on it, won't we? And there's the weekly price chart for you before we go with the recent resistance and now looking for support. Let's go next towards the BNB price chart, which has shown some weakness. We're already at the daily, okay, but we want to be at the weekly first. But maybe you caught a quick glimpse there that it is breaking down, and you can see, I mean, a weekly candle aside, we'll see more details on the daily, but it's definitely, you've been riding that top of the Bollinger Band. Now you're getting a sharp move down over these couple of weeks, at least intra-week. So we're going to see how it plays out. It's going to take some time, but yeah, you're losing that positive momentum. Are you going to get a bearish cross on the MACD all the way up here on the RSI? You're going to be coming down, and that's just going to be lagging indicators. The price itself has already, it faked out to the top of this triangle. This is a beautiful price action. Anybody who's doing BNB BTC price chart is going to find this and love it. I would hope. But yeah, you kind of like have this uptrend going locally here since the previous price action, making these new all-time highs where you previously had all-time highs before. And then it starts, doing your famous triangulation wedging to the upside, and it fakes out to the upside. It fakes out to the upside, top of the Bollinger Band, all that, and then dumps hard all the way through towards that, local trend line there, and then falls through now. So it's showing weakness. even though today's candle is a big bullish green candle, but it's like to the lower, the underside of that trend. And so the general sense is you're gonna whatever round over or fall over at some point, and then you need this Ichimoku cloud to hold you. And on the weekly, that looks like needing that, you know, previous all-time high level to hold you, but you're in thin air up here. You got this Ichimoku cloud here. So BNB does have the possibility to hold its levels and go higher. So you're gonna have to watch, but you know, if you're not, how do you say, not as financial advice, but if you're not needing to hold on to it and you have some that you are trading, I mean, it's like, this is a great level more than any, why not? So anyway, yeah, we'll see. But this lower level here would be needing to be support. Otherwise, you have a big fall from there. So here's your 200-week moving average below the Ichimoku cloud, and then that long-term trend. Anyway, you saw that daily level, so that's pretty interesting for the BNB price chart. There's that long-term deal. And then the daily price level again, just to see that price action really come through, but I think you're still at a good level where it's like, okay, this is a pretty good top level. Why not? Or see how it plays out in the next whatever. But it's like, yeah, you just throw your bids in there and you get out. Anyway, that's just for the casino style fun, right? Okay. Again, we move on to, but it's interesting, like you see on the charts, it gives you time to find topping formation. Now we're going to see maybe not, I mean, this is intermediate and then it keeps going higher. So that's totally in the cards, and just keep watching that on lower levels, lower time frames. But other than that, it's like, yeah, it's pretty cool. You can just be patient and watch the price action and find good levels to get in and out, I would imagine. Okay, well, if that's your bag. And now we move on from BNB and we go to ETH against BTC. Yeah, we hit the top of the Bollinger Band here and a dump. So now we're back in towards this price chunk level. So there's weakness on the BTC chart with Ethereum BTC, and yeah, rejection. Well, I guess that's really all to say. On the daily, you're dropping below that long-term trend. I mean, yesterday's candle, and now you're kind of taking a quick pause, but who knows what's coming next. It's definitely going to be touching that Ichimoku cloud with a good chance. You know, lower end of Bollinger Band, Ichimoku cloud. Maybe not. Maybe it returns to its trend and stays higher longer into here. But then eventually it's coming. Look, yeah, it's going to be testing its supports against BTC, and on the weekly, you know, just look for some support into 2023 in this region and to go higher. That's the game. So if you're playing a long game, I mean, getting rid of things and picking them back up is not always the best idea, depending on if you're really choosing good levels. But anyway, again, none of that matters right now. We're just looking at the price action and trying to determine the general sense of is it overvalued or undervalued, and by how much? You know, like what is exactly happening here with the price action? Yeah, where is the price action energy taking us? So there's Ethereum looking like it's going to slow down against the BTC. So it generally looks like BTC is the bag to hold if you're holding a crypto bag at this time. And if you're trading in and out, then maybe you were holding some ETH and you were holding some BNB and some ADA, and maybe now you're lightening. Who knows? Lightening the load. Here is the dot chart. I'm trying to find support at the 20-week moving average. It is, at least it's making still higher lows, but it's kind of triangulating. We're going to see, does it break up or break down? It's coming. That's for sure. Momentum is waiting from the positive towards negative. So let's see what ends up happening. Maybe we're going to have to come back down here and make a second test of these lows. It's looking very possible. Solana is showing weakness on the weekly at this 20-week moving average. Okay, last week, and then we'll see this week. It's already showing it, but we'll see. I mean, it's trying to be green, but still fighting that 20-week moving average. So lower highs until otherwise determined. Yeah, just keep watching for a higher high. Otherwise, locally, it's got some lower highs going. AVAX also getting rejected here at the 20-week moving average, it looks like. So probably coming lower and retesting these lows at this lower end of the Bollinger Band, and we'll see what happens from there. And MATIC. MATIC hit that top of the Bollinger Band on the weekly, coming back down. And it's coming towards that Ichimoku cloud. I think it's found its top for now. And the daily says, yeah, this longer trend is probably breaking. We're coming down to this region at least. And, you know, not guaranteed, but it's a good chance. So let's watch it play out. And this is a daily chart. Let's see what the next 30 candles look like or so into the middle of October. That'll be fun. Okay. Yeah. Next, that's MATIC. Things seem to be losing their positive momentum. Well, we're going to see. Let's see with Adam. Yeah, you know, wick there, back to the top, but at least you're at the top of the Ichimoku cloud, but it's going to be tough. You got to hold it. You got this long trend that you're holding here on the weekly trend to the upside. And yeah, this is another one where you're in that kind of triangulating. Maybe we redraw lines or whatever, but you went up above it. You can't really hold. You're back into it, and you're probably going to break down and down towards this level. You're going to break down this kind of trending line here from this, and then yeah, it seems like your momentum is slowing, and then you're going to turn around a bit, Adam. Okay, I think that's it for now. It's a general sense, and VRSC will come with a new vid. Got a nice little chunk of market buy, but the last one we'll check is the XMR, which looks like it's getting rejected by a 200 week moving average, and yeah, it's at the top of the Ichimoku cloud, probably going to break this trend at some point soon. And but never, maybe not. Maybe it's going to find a way to keep going higher. Like, that's pretty amazing. That's pretty amazing for the XMR chart. So yeah, watch, keep close eye. What looks like momentum waning. XMR against BTC as well. We'll see though. We will see. BTC has the best chance of them all. Looks like. But we'll keep watching. All right. That's it for now. Hope this has been good and fun and enjoyable and helpful. And until next time, wishing you love, peace, and happiness. Goodbye.